Hello, cinephiles and lovers of intense dramas. Today we're going to dive deep into the turbulent and controversial world of 13, a film that shocked audiences in 2003 and remains relevant to this day. Directed by Catherine Hardwicke, this film is not just a story about rebellious teenagers. It's a raw and honest portrayal of the challenges faced by young people at the beginning of the 21st century. In this video, we will explore the complex themes addressed in the film, from social pressure to the dangers of self-harm. We'll analyze the powerful performances of the cast, Hardwicke's unique visual style, and the lasting impact that 13 has had on the film industry and society at large. Get ready for an intense journey through the layers of this provocative and emotionally charged film. 13 is not just a movie, it's a cry for help based on real experiences. The story behind the creation of the film is as fascinating as the film itself. The screenplay was co-written by director Catherine Hardwicke and actress Nikki Reed, who was only 13 years old at the time. The film is partially autobiographical, inspired by Nikki Reed's experiences as a teenager in Los Angeles. Incredibly, the script was written in just 6 days, capturing the urgency and intensity of adolescence. With a limited budget of only $2 million, the team had to be creative, resulting in a raw and realistic visual style. The young cast, including Evan Rachel Wood and Nikki Reed, both teenagers at the time, brought authenticity to their performances. This unique production context contributed to the film's authenticity. Hardwicke and Reed were not just telling a story, they were exposing real vulnerabilities and challenges faced by contemporary teenagers. Tracy, played by Evan Rachel Wood, is the film's beating heart. Initially a studious and creative girl, her transformation is painfully realistic. Her vulnerability and need for acceptance make her susceptible to negative influences. Tracy is not just a bad girl, she struggles with self-esteem issues and depression. The film bravely tackles the taboo subject of self-harm, showing Tracy's internal pain. Evie, played by Nikki Reed, is more than just a bad influence. Her destructive behavior is rooted in a troubled past. She uses her vulnerability as a weapon, manipulating both Tracy and her mother. Evie is both victim and perpetrator, illustrating the complexity of adolescence. Melanie, Tracy's mother, played by Holly Hunter, is an equally complex character. She struggles between being a friend and an authority figure to her daughter. Her own battle with addiction prevents her from seeing the warning signs. Despite the challenges, she never gives up on Tracy. The dynamic between these three characters forms the emotional core of the film. Each of them is deeply flawed, but also deeply human, avoiding simplistic stereotypes about troubled teens or neglectful parents. 13 tackles a series of complex and interconnected themes. Tracy's desperate desire to fit in reflects the intense social pressure faced by teenagers. The film doesn't shy away from showing how pop culture and the media contribute to the sexualization of young girls. The use of drugs and alcohol is portrayed not as glamorous, but as a dangerous escape from reality. The film was groundbreaking in openly addressing self-harm as a symptom of deeper psychological issues. Both Tracy's family and Evie's situation illustrate how the family environment affects adolescent development. The relationship between Tracy and Evie explores how friendships can be both a source of support and destruction during adolescence. Tracy's transformation reflects the turbulent search for identity that teens go through. By addressing these themes in a raw and honest way, 13 goes beyond the typical teen drama, offering an incisive look at the challenges faced by young people at the beginning of the 21st century. Catherine Hardwicke brings a unique aesthetic to 13. The frenetic, handheld camera style reflects the emotional chaos of the characters. The film's color palette shifts from softer tones to more intense colors, mirroring Tracy's transformation. The fast-paced editing with abrupt cuts and rapid transitions perfectly captures the impulsiveness of adolescence. Hardwicke uses intense close-ups to connect us intimately with the characters' emotions. The film's visuals avoid glamorization, opting for an almost documentary-like realism. While some visual aspects may seem dated today, they perfectly capture the aesthetic and sensibility of the early 2000s. Hardwicke's style complements the emotional content of the film, creating a visceral experience for the viewer. 13 left an indelible mark on cinema and pop culture. The film sparked important discussions about the challenges faced by modern teenagers. It received critical acclaim and nominations for major awards, including an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress for Holly Hunter. It launched the careers of Evan Rachel Wood and Nikki Reed, who went on to become respected actresses. The film paved the way for more productions that honestly addressed difficult teenage themes. It raised awareness about issues such as self-harm and social pressure among adolescents. Nearly 2 decades after its release, 13 remains an important and relevant film, serving as a powerful reminder of the challenges faced by young people in an increasingly complex society. 13 is not an easy film to watch, but it is undeniably powerful and important. By honestly portraying the challenges and dangers faced by modern teenagers, the film forces us to confront uncomfortable realities about our society and how we treat our youth. Catherine Hardwicke and Nikki Reed's courage in telling such a personal and raw story resulted in a film that transcends the label of teen drama. It's a cry for help, a plea for understanding, and a compassionate portrayal of young people struggling to find their place in the world. While some aspects of the film may seem dated, its central messages about identity, social pressure, and the desperate desire to belong remain painfully relevant. 13 reminds us that adolescence can be a period of intense vulnerability and transformation. It invites us to look beyond superficial behavior and see the pain and struggle behind the actions of our youth. It's a film that deserves to be revisited and discussed, not only as a piece of cinema, but as a mirror of our society. It challenges us to think about how we can better support and understand our teenagers, recognizing that their struggles are real and significant. In the end, 13 doesn't offer easy answers or a simplistic happy ending. Instead, it leaves us with important questions and a deeper understanding of the complexity of modern adolescence. It's a testament to the power of cinema in illuminating important social issues and sparking necessary conversations. If you haven't seen 13 yet, I highly recommend you do. And if you've already seen it, perhaps it's time to revisit it with a fresh perspective. Regardless of your age or life experience, this film has something important to say about growth, identity, and the challenges of navigating a world that often feels hostile and confusing for young people. Thank you for watching this analysis of 13. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content about cinema and film analysis. Share your thoughts about the movie in the comments below. See you next time.